Welcome back. Support in the early years of a child's development is important, and when you have a child with Down syndrome, this kind of support is vital.
Now, here to tell us more about Down Syndrome Ireland's early years communication programme supported by Woodie's Heroes campaign is Maria Jordan and her son Dara, along with Olive Buckeridge, speech and language therapist with Down Syndrome Ireland. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Dara. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Look, who's that? What's that? Look at you. Look, who's that?
There's Dara.
Hey! He's got my son. Right. You're done.
A live
anyway,
wire.
Live wire. He is, of course. Tell us about Dara anyway.
So this is Dara, and he's 3 at the end of this month. And when he was born, now we didn't know he was going to have Down syndrome, so it was a big shock for us. But from the moment he was born, he was very lively.
Yeah.
And as you can see, he still is to this moment. He's very mischievous, and you always have to keep your eye on him. But he is walking, as you can see, and running. But his speech would have been delayed, which is a hard thing to accept sometimes. But with the help of Down Syndrome Ireland, we have come on a lot now with Dara's
Many toys there.
communication. Now he's pulling my hair.
No, look, we get these. Do you want Humpty Dumpty? Or the bear? Would you like the bear?
See,
What
this is
do you,
love.
so this is what we're talking about here,
Yeah.
Olive, now, and this is how the early intervention is important for communication. So
So currently, Dara, I met Dara when he was 7 months old,
Yeah.
online doing Zooms at the time of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And we would have been very conscious that children with Down syndrome have difficulty with communication. So from about 6 months, we start introducing a signing system. So it's like
From
a mod.
6 months?
Yeah, from
Wow.
6
Okay.
months. Very early on, we're introducing sign, we're introducing interaction skills more. We're introducing words, we're doing lots of stuff to encourage language development. And unfortunately, at the moment, there are 700 children with Down syndrome in Ireland who aren't accessing services. And so we really want to encourage the rollout of this early communication programme to support children who cannot access regular therapy.
Have you and Oliver, have you noticed a difference since starting Dara with Love in his development and in his communication skills?
Yeah, when Olive would have met him first now, he wouldn't have been too engaging, and he was running around the room and he wasn't taking any heed. But she hasn't seen him now for a while, and we were just out there in the Hold area, and she has seen a great improvement in him.
Yeah.
He'll repeat after me any words, he'll repeat. We do the signs. Now, I am not doing Love 24/7 at home. It's not possible with work. You know, you have another child to rear. But when he's frustrated, say now, I was thinking, is he hungry? Is he thirsty? We do the little signs for eat and drink. And he's able to tell us then if he's hungry or thirsty, and therefore we can give him a drink or give him food. You know, and
So he can communicate the basic needs,
Yes.
whereas I suppose normally children of 3 would have more developed language skills. He doesn't, and it's very frustrating for children. And of course, parents and families around. I mean, you've got Dara's brother and his dad as well in studio.
Yeah.
And of course, it's a family effort, isn't it, really, that everybody has to...
It is a family effort, but sometimes it's hard, to accept that this is the way you have to communicate with your child. But I thought, my child would be different and he's going to speak and everything. But as time went on, I realised that it wasn't going to happen. So that's when I engaged more with my Love and got a bit more copped on, really, didn't we, Dara? And so we need to be doing this a lot more.
Yeah.
And his play school now, he'll be starting play school now in September. And they have asked if they can do a Love course to communicate better with him. So that'll bring him on leaps and bounds as well.
And have you noticed more of a development with that? You're saying there about the play school who are now wanting to get involved. Oliver, you seen a change in that more people are trying to involve themselves in that kind of development?
I suppose the whole purpose of having a programme like this, an early communication programme, is to encourage parents, preschool teachers, anybody involved with the child to access online sessions, access physical and online resources, such as access to Love, which is just one tiny component of this big programme. So for Dara, Love is really important. It reduces frustration. He can use sign instead of words. We also work on imitation. You probably saw him imitating me there.
Yeah.
Lots of early communication skills. So that's what we work on. And so we're hoping that we can roll this programme out to parents, to other professionals who can access this as well.
There's a singing method with Love as well, isn't there?
You can sing songs. So online, we would have introduced nursery rhymes with love.
And it's all just to kind of create that.
Yeah, we
it's just
use
to create
nursery
more and
rhymes
more.
to teach. We use nursery rhymes to teach concepts like up, down, action words. We encourage children from babies to use babble. We advise parents on how to develop words as well.
Yeah.
And why is early intervention so important?
If I constantly say this, early intervention means early intervention, and we need children to be accessing speech and language therapy from birth, and that could be through early feeding, it could be around early interaction. We start with signs and we start with these little cards, speech input cards from 6 months.
Okay.
So we are working
6
from
months.
6 months.
And do you find a reaction at 6 months?
Well, the research, everything, we've been doing them, and I'm doing them currently with lots of early development groups nationally, and it's something for parents to do. You're inputting in those sounds, you're working on developing language, so we start really, really early. So early intervention is crucial, absolutely crucial, and because people can't access services readily, having a programme like this would be very useful for new parents and preschoolers and school starters.
What?
I'm sorry, I've been completely distracted playing with Dara here. We're having great
Become a
crack.
speech therapist, you're brilliant.
What other communications? Like, we've seen your cards, we've talked about, there's different signing methods. Is there other ways of communication and that you can kind of teach to children with Down syndrome, and why is it important?
We start very early on, even when the babies are about 6 weeks, working on smiling, cooing, imitating their little sounds, working in eye contact, working on turn taking, working on, like what Elaine is doing, keeping Dara focused. They're doing something called joint attention. He's totally interacting. He's loving that. So we build on that. Then from 12 months, we're introducing vocabulary. There's lots of stages with children with Down syndrome. But if we're not meeting those stages, we're doing them a disservice.
And it's all about education as well, because there's so much misinformation out there. And if everyone has an idea of what to do and how to interact, it's actually easier for everyone all around. Like, in terms of the services, though, how have you found it? Because it can be a struggle to get adequate resources for anything in this country, really. How have you found it thus far?
So the pandemic came when Dara was 7 months old. So to be honest, everything stopped really. Physio was great though. She used to do videos with us and telling us, what we should be doing and everything. Speech therapy was really Olive from Down Syndrome Ireland doing Zooms every week. So every week we sit at our breakfast table and do Zooms with Olive. But really, it didn't really all kick in properly, really, I suppose, till everything settled with the pandemic.
Yeah.
And how hard is it kind of coming to terms with the asking for help and looking for help? Because, I mean, for anyone with the best intent, you want to do everything yourself, don't you?
Yeah.
And then having to ask for help, is that difficult?
Well, you know what? I knew him physio-wise, I knew he was fine. So I didn't really put much pressure on asking for help there because, as you can see, he's very active. And but the speech therapy, yes. But because we had Olive, I didn't feel like we were slipping back. And he does have speech therapy now. Since he turned 2, and it is making a difference. And the fact now that he's the Woodie's hero is amazing. Yay! Yeah. And over the last few weeks, so much support from our local people and everything in Mayo, and we're just so happy that we're here today to promote all the speech therapy and to promote the Woodie's Hero campaign.
And he's been actually doing the love himself.
Imitation.
So you can see, because you have the cards there and everything.
Now, you wouldn't have seen that 6 months ago. Really, in the last 6 months, he's come on so much. Haven't you?
Look, I'm gone. Hey.
Olivia, Maria, Dara, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry for being useless to you. I was far too busy. I was far too busy playing. Right, if you'd like to learn more about how you can help support Down Syndrome Ireland's early years communication programme, you can visit woodies.ie/woodies-heroes.
We'll take a quick break. Stay with us. We're live until lunchtime.